of provocative commentary, well, let's ask...
Favre is a no-talent bozo.
Hey,
that's for sure.
Carl, where were you in 1968?
Well, as you know, I'm kind of surprised you're not talking about New Year's Eve, 1967. I was born on that day.
Oh.
And so I was less than a year old.
Oh, so you're younger than I thought. For some reason, I had in my mind that you were...
I was born on the day the Ice Bowl was played.
Boy, that is, I guess...
it's really, I was lucky.
That's historic. There's no question about that.
I was very lucky, I know.
Do you remember that game?
Well, you know, I, of course, I've heard all about it.
Yeah, I figured.
And I have, the tape and
you've played it back a number of times.
And as you remember, in my backyard, back in Elk Mound, when we used to live there, the church had blown over, and we had the interactive ice ball exhibit. You
had that last the storm somehow ended up putting the rocks in a formation just like the way the Packers were lined up on the Bart Starr quarterback sneak that won that game, won the Ice Bowl, which is how I think we first started chatting with you. Did you sell the Elk Mound place now that you're living here?
No, we still own it. We intend to go back there. We're just not living there right now.
What if the Wisconsin...
By the way, when you were talking on the radio, I heard as I was on hold, and for everyone who listens, you get to listen to what they're talking about when you're on hold.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You was mentioning how dirty it was in your studio. This is a very dirty state. This whole state is just dirt and filth.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
No, it's really... I don't know how people can... I'm so thankful that this is such a short assignment for me.
Well, how do you... Well, wait a minute now. That's what I was getting to. What if the Wisconsin patrol people or the transportation folks say, we kind of like this arrangement? What if they don't allow you back in?
Well, I've already got it all worked out. It's a government program, so the government is pretty good at taking care of people. Well, you laugh at that.
The government's very reliable.
The government works for you.
It's very reliable.
The government works for you.
Yeah.
Okay?
So
you should have a little more respect for your government workers.
Let's refresh.
I don't think they have their jobs for life or anything.
Let's refresh everybody's memories, because the last time we talked, you did confirm that you're in some sort of a trade arrangement program with MnDOT.
Job exchange.
What's it called?
A job exchange.
Job exchange, and you've been exchanged. Once upon a time, you were in charge of Elk Mound area, Wisconsin roadkill. Now you're in charge.
Wisconsin.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then now you're in charge of roadkill south of the...
No, I'm not in charge of any roadkill at all. That's something that Jim had just said.
I'm sorry. And but you're living in Apple Valley, did you tell us?
No, I'm not telling you where I'm living.
Oh, I thought you told us that.
No, I'm not telling you where I'm living, because I'll have people come bothering me in the house.
I don't think that's... there should be security concerns.
There's a lot of real crazy people over in Minnesota.
Now, did you hang out... apparently there was a candlelight vigil at Brett Favre's house in Green Bay.
Yeah, to make him go away?
No,
they think about lighting the house on fire?
Well, now that's a little excessive, Carl, for a guy that you once worshipped.
It's kind of a joke.
Well, you used to...
I don't think sarcasm comes over the phone good.
No, not your brand of it. There's no question about that. I know you don't know this now, but you're going to rue this day, the day that your team turned its back on this legendary player, and how you, of all people, can't...
You're a Viking fan. That's what you think.
Well, how can you not see it? I mean, Aaron Rodgers apparently is throwing and averaging like 5 interceptions a scrimmage now.
Well, who is he throwing him against, Dan? It's the Green Bay Packers defense. Okay? I know you want... Because I've heard your show a number of times, and
it's starting to grow on you, isn't it?
I don't know how anyone could listen with a straight face to this. It's like you can find something bad in anything. In Christmas, you can find something bad in world peace. You can find something bad in winning the lottery.
But I'm trying to find something good in Brett Favre that you should still have him as your quarterback. You're the guy being negative on Favre.
But you can't find anything good in Brett Favre because Brett Favre, I don't know if you understand, but he's gone insane. He's an insane person now.
You lost your...
I don't know. I think he ate something bad. I think my brother Randy and I, who also living here with me, is we were talking about why do you think Brett Favre went crazy, and why do you think he's so insane?
Yeah.
And we can't come up with an answer. Well, except for the tampering, of course. So obviously, that had something to do with it.
There was no tampering.
Oh, sure, there was.
NFL ruled on that. Oh,
come now. We are a little smarter than that, aren't we?
You guys are trying to get us going, and it didn't work. The commissioner saw through your little ruse.
What I think is funny is because there's Vikings fans at work, and it's kind of fun to argue with them. They were all excited. Oh, Brett Favre's coming to Minnesota. Oh, he's going to come here. And I'm like, man, I don't care if he comes to Minnesota. But now they get nothing. Now they don't.
We got T-Jack. We got T-Jack.
We, on the other hand, what do we get? We get salary cap relief. We're going to get like 2 first-round draft choices from Tampa Bay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I think that's what's coming. And we're going to get, and we get the guy we wanted all along. So we've played this brilliantly. It's like we have manipulated Brett Favre into like wanting to come back and then luring him in, and something that was totally worthless to us before, where we got nothing from Brett Favre retiring. Now we're going to get draft choices for it. Mr. Ted Thompson is a genius.
Now, were you at the big scrimmage, that family night? Did you go to family night?
Fun, yeah.
Well, Favre was there. Did you wave to him?
We didn't see him. We were yelling at his wife.
You were yelling at his wife?
Yeah, to get out of town.
And
don't you think she shows up too much?
And I'm the negative one.
Don't you think she's kind of like...
Well, actually, I do. She's starting to remind me of Yoko Ono a little bit.
Of Kurt Warner's wife?
Yeah, well, a little bit of that too. But do you not see any of the irony? Do you know what irony is, Gerby?
Of course I do.
Do you?
It's got something to do with literature.
That's correct. Do you not see the irony in you now dismissing all aspects of the Favre mythology and ripping him and ripping his wife and saying she's not welcome anymore? He's not welcome.
Why do they need to be around? Why don't they go away? We don't need them. Did anyone ask them to come?
So it's all about basically using. I thought you had more respect and love and affection for these Packer legends. Sounds like if they're not, inconvenient.
Yes, there are many Packer legends that I have tremendous respect for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When they decide that they're not going to be all uppity, and when they decide that they're going to get on board with being part of the Packer legacy, if Brett Favre had any feelings for the Green Bay Packers, he would have done what they asked. And what did they ask him to do? They asked him to retire. They were even going to give him some money to kind of tide him over.
They call that blackmail is what they call it. Hush money.
Generous. Well, it's just funny how you in Minnesota always have to think of something bad. I call when someone gives me $20 million a gift. That's what I call it. I call it, anytime I will retire, here's this to both the Minnesota and Wisconsin DOTs, I will retire if you give me $20 million. It's okay. And I think it's fine. Let's be honest. Wouldn't you stop the radio tomorrow if they gave you $20 million?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, okay, so now, would you think that would be a bribe?
Yeah.
No, I think it would be someone being very nice and generous.
It'd be a bribe is what it would be. It'd be a generous bribe.
Well, no, because, you're saying your employers don't want you on the radio?
You can't rule anything out, Carl. It's a dog-eat-dog.
You can tell there's nobody in charge of that place.
Business. No, not with any real leadership skills, that's for sure.
So here's the deal, is that we now have manipulated Tampa Bay or the Jets. I really don't care. To be honest, I hope it's the Jets because they're going to have a worse draft choice. But we have manipulated into thinking that he is worth a damn.
Now,
and he's not. He's done. He's over. He's finished. He's not going to be a contributor anymore.
Here's where you're a fraud. There seemed a stretch when it suddenly seemed possible, even your team president, who made a complete idiot of himself.
He's a genius.
Talking about how, we can adjust. We'll welcome Brett Favre with open arms, the whole bit. And it looked like there seemed to be the chance that he'd actually come back to the team. You would have, in that moment, utterly and completely put the old Brett legend back around your arms. And you'd have turned on a dime. That's where you're a fraud.
You are engaging in what we call speculation. And how do you know that our brilliant team president was actually not part of a plan with Ted Thompson saying we might be, this guy is kind of a pain. Let's build him up like he's still worth something, and then we'll have a meeting with him and we'll rip him for like 5 hours and make him want to go away again. And then
that's how you treat a legend, huh?
And then someone will offer us something for him.
That's how you treat like an undrafted free agent that you're trying to get rid of. That's not how
somebody who doesn't have the good sense to just go away. Have you ever been to a party and someone stayed too long?
Have you forgotten the 08-07 season? Have you forgotten how...
I remember it very well.
Well, then how could you possibly, with a straight face...
Do you remember how it ended?